Hello, I'm Errol Baptiste reporting from London Borough of Ealing in Ealing Broadway in West London. London Borough of Ealing in the status as unprofessional landlord involved in situations such as abusive, corrupt, discriminatory, oppressive and racist against the multiple disability black male of the global majority, have broken substantive law, procedural law, United Nations law, human rights law, and European Convention on Human Rights law. The client lived as a private tenant in a private-owned shared housing in multiple occupation for 23 years, from August 16, 1997 to November 23rd, 2020. Since taking up the residency at the room, no form of heating was provided in the room. Undecorated, had dampness. In the winter, it is like an icebox, and the tenant has suffered in psychological and physical pain. The client has multiple faceted health conditions ranging from autism to severe anxiety. It was not difficult to work this out, as any layperson who set eyes up on the tenant spent even a brevity of time could pick up all is not quite right. The tenant was represented by the advocate, whom measured that the room size being occupied measured at 3.88 square meter, known as the broom cupboard bedroom. This was plain and simple. The tenant was abused by Brian John Watson. The private rogue landlord was involved in racial discrimination, has taken advantage of, and racial oppression. It was the most apparent and degrading treatment committed by Brian John Watson, the criminal and private rogue landlord. The tenant could not walk around the room, but only walk from the entrance door in a straight line to the window. It was psychological torment and mental torture committed by the criminal and private racist landlord for 23 years. A prohibition notice was served to shut the letting of the room down, not but before £7,000 made in rent from the illegal room let. London Borough of Ealing refused insultingly to get a rent repayment order against Brian John Watson, the private landlord, that would see all the rent from the rent paid out to him refurbishment back to their own coffers by failing to issue compensation by the proceeds of crime. POCA. London Borough of Ealing used white privilege by protecting the private landlord on the ground of his white skin color. It is racism which is so despicable, disgusting and disgraceful. London Borough of Ealing fought to check property suitable to let before any private landlord can let. Apart from that, the landlord walked away scot-free with a skirmish, which London Borough of Ealing committed corruptive practices by doing nothing, deserved to be name and shame as serial lawbreaker, have breached substantive law in this respect.